They took out the final against DKI Jakarta, and the same two teams are playing in the men's competition, and so I guess that shows the relative strengths of the two sides. And I'm delighted to be with you as always. Andrew McLean is my name, and I'll be talking you through this final. And it's going to be Badung batting first. Not quite sure who won the toss. Probably doesn't matter that much, to be honest. Well, apart from scoreboard pressure, I guess. But Badung will have the first use of the wicket, and it's going to be Priyandana and Kusuma. Highly talented players, both of these two. Priyandana, of course, is the wicket-keeper for the Indonesian national side. And so he's going to be taking the first delivery, and it's going to be Arta. Also a very useful bowler, left armour. He'll come over the wicket to Priyandana. Here he comes, Arta, and Priyandana plays that one to cover, and they thought about a run but they didn't take it. And this one is played behind square, and they'll go through for a single. Comes Arta again. And this one's just played back to Arta. And this one's played back to Arta again. So good bowling so far from Arta, just one off the over. He's got a long run up, Arta. Comes in. Probably off about 20 odd paces, and Kusuma's playing that one down the leg side. There's an appeal for a catch behind the wicket was declined, and no wide given as well, so he must have moved across the stumps there, Priyandana. Oh, sorry, Kusuma, I should say. And anyway, no run to the scorecard. The commentary position is not in line with the wicket. We're commentating from extra cover basically, so can't really see the line of the ball. But Arta is generating good pace here. Last ball of the over, and it's hit nicely into the covers, but it's caught. It's a great catch out there. So Kusuma's gone. So Badung, not a great start for them. Kusuma's gone for without scoring. He's out for a 0, and at the end of the first over, Badung is one for one actually. 1 for 1. the new, oh, it's going to be Priandana. It's going to be a new over starting, and that's a horrible wide. Well, it's going to be a no ball, in fact. It's way over the top of the stumps from Nuraha. And so it's going to be a free hit here for Badung. So DKI Jakarta, that's not really what they needed. The first ball of the second over. Here's the next delivery. That's a better ball, but it's a free hit and it's lofted into the outfield. It clears the man at square leg. They'll just come through for, in fact, that's just a single actually. It's a good shot there from Priandana. Picked the length, but just didn't really time it. In fact, they got through for two, I should say. They got through for two. One's played into the offside, over covers here, just lofted again. They'll just get a single this time, just cleared cover. It wasn't a convincing shot from Kasuma, but he gets off the mark. In fact, sorry, that was Priandana. It was Priandana there, so he moves on to 4. One is beats him outside off stumps. Standing up to the stumps is the wicket keeper. That's Rundy, and good piece of wicket keeping there. It was outside the line of off stump, and Kasuma just couldn't catch up with that one. Here he faces again Kasuma. He's down the wicket, and it's an edge. It's running down towards the sight screen. They're probably going to come back for 2. Yep, that's well run. It's a good throw actually, but they come back for 2. And he's bowled this time. It's a great delivery from Nuraha. Kasuma tried to swing that one away. His stumps are shattered, and DKI Jakarta have their first wicket. And Badung, just looking at the replay here, it was a full-length delivery, and it just cannoned into off stump. Kasuma, he's on his way, and Badung is 7 for 1. So it's going to be Gamantika now, and he plays the first one away nicely behind point. They're going to come back for 2. Just played out into the deep there. There's no fielder out there, so they come back comfortably for 2. So Gamantika, he's the captain of the Indonesian national side. So Very strong batting lineup here, Badung has. That is the end of the second over. It's 9 for 1. So Neuro's going to be bowled from the southern end. So we've got a bowling change here. It's Wee Rano. He's going to come in just off a short run up. Just looking at the keeper, he's coming up to the stump, so probably a spin bowler. Let's have a look at him now, Wee Rano. Looks like a quick off-break bowler, and that's played down to long on. There's a single there for Badung. Next one's just through to the keeper and there's no run. So Gamantika, he's on strike, 2 off 2 balls. That's cut away nicely out to the boundary, and it's over the boundary for 6. Lovely shot from Gamantika. He went back, he cut it away, and there was a fielder on the point boundary, but it was over his head, and here we go with the music. And this next one's played into the covers, and they'll go through for a single. So there was another lusty blow there for Badung, and they're racing along. Gamantika's on to 11, or Priyandana I should say is on to 11, and Badung now is 23 for 1. And this next one's hit into the deep again, and it's gone for 6 again. Gamantika, he's unloading here. He's moved on to 15 off just 5 balls, and Badung just into the 4th over. Just 1 ball gone, they're 29 for 1. This next one's just played down behind the keeper. They'll just go through for a single. Here we go again, so it's going to be Nuraha coming in from the northern end of the ground, and this one's swung away again behind square out to the boundary, and so Priyandana, I mean, he's going ballistic here. He's just moved casually on to 17 off 9 balls. Gamantika's 15 off 6, and Badung piling on the pressure. Have another look at that. It was angled into the leg side, and Priyandana just picked that one up on the behind square out to the boundary for 4. So not a great, oh, in fact it was 6, sorry, it was for 6. I just saw it flash up on the scorecard. I couldn't quite see the boundary line there. So not a great over so far from Nuguraha. 2 6s in a leg by. Let's see what we can do this time. And once again, Priyandana pulls it, and it's dropped on the boundary, and he goes over the boundary, and it's another 6. So Priyandana cashing in here. He moves on to 23. This time Priyandana smashes it long and wide and over, wide mid-on, long on. It's another 6. This is disastrous over here from Nugraha. That one, just looking at the replay, it was just outside the line of off. In fact, it was fairly wide outside off stump. Priyandana just picked it, just deposited it into the player's area, and wow, this is a dreadful over really from the perspective of DKI Jakarta. And this one's just played nicely behind point. They'll go through for a single. So a better ball there from Nugraha, just the one off that ball. And that is the end of 4 overs. And after just 4 overs, Badung 49 for 1. Gamantika's there on 15 off 6 balls. And Priyandana 30 off 12 balls. it's a chance and it's an appeal, and he's bowled, in fact. Clean bowled. So Priyandana's enterprising knock comes to an end. He's out for 30. Great bowling there from the new bowler, Saptiazi. Just looking at this again. It was a good length delivery. Oh, in fact, he chopped it on. So unlucky there for Priyandana, but what a great knock. Here's the first ball, and it's driven nicely by Jonas, and they'll get through for one, driven down the ground. So Johannes, he's off the mark with a single. From Saptiazi, and it's wide outside off stump. A very big wide there. Gamantika tried to slash that one away through the offside, and it was signalled wide. Another wide outside off stump. So Badung move on to 52 for 2. This next one's played through extra cover. They're going to come back for 2. And this one's lofted into the offside. It's going out towards the third, or the point, deep or backward point boundary. They come back for 2. So good running again from Badung. So Saptiazi, he's actually bowled pretty well here. Got the wicket off the first ball. Just conceded the 7 runs so far off this over, amongst this onslaught from Badung. This one's played out into the covers. They'll just take a single. The sweeper comes in and that's all they'll get. So that's the end of the over. So 5 overs gone, halfway through the innings, and Badung, they're going along at a great rate of knots. 11.4 and over. They're 52 for 2. So new overs beginning from Ruby, and it's a right arm off break bowler. It's played behind point. They'll get a single. So good shot there from Gamantika. He moves on to 21 off 11. Brings Johannes on to strike. This one's pulled away out to the boundaries. The fielder out there was a great shot there from Johannes. And they just get the one. This is pulled away again, over the boundary for 6, so another 6 for Gamantika. He moves on to 27, Badung on to 65 for 2. And this time, he's out. He's bowled. Great delivery there from Ruby. Gamantika tried one hit too many, and Ruby has the wicket. It's exactly what DKI Jakarta needed. They needed the breakthrough. They needed to get rid of Gamantika, and they've got the breakthrough. Well bowled by Ruby. It's another bowled, and just as we look at the replay on the screen here, was floated up, and he dragged it on. Oh, that's unlucky actually. Very unlucky. Gamantika was down the leg side. He came across and he tried to pull it round the corner or sweep it round the corner, got the bottom edge of his bat onto the stumps, and he's livid with himself. But great knock from Gamantika. He goes for 27, Badung 65 for 3. And the first ball to the new batter, Atawan. There's an appeal. It's not given out though. So DKI Jakarta working their way back into this match. A couple of wickets now, 3 gone. Six overs gone, so 4 overs left in the innings. Here's the first ball of a new over, and it's worked away by Johannes. Out towards mid-wicket. There's a misfield out there, so they'll come back for 2. Here's his next one. Again, it's worked into the leg side. They'll probably come back for 2 here because it was wide of the man on the mid-wicket boundary. So they get back for 2. This is good from Johannes. Couple of 2s in the over. So Saptiazi has conceded 12 off his 1.2 overs so far. Be looking to tighten up slightly here, but Johannes back on strike. 6 off 5 so far. And he's lofted that one into the deep and taken beautifully out there. What a catch. The fielder came in off the boundary. It was down around his ankles and he caught it absolutely clean as a whistle, as Bill Laurie used to say. So a wicket for JKI Jakarta, and it was a really good catch too. Great camera work too, just above the surface. What a brilliant piece of fielding that was. So after a really rollicking start, Badung now suddenly 69 for 4, 6.3 overs gone. Saptiazi again to the new batter, and it's played away beautifully over point out to the boundary for 4. Haven't quite. Oh, that was. That's Ferdinando. Yeah, these are also very talented players in the Indonesian side. He normally bats a little bit higher in the order than this, but that was outside the line of off stump, and he carved it away over point. And Ferdinando gets his off the mark, off the first ball. Banu Neak, but let's call him Ferdinando. It's what he has on the back of his shirt. It was a lovely shot. He's coming in a bit further down the order here for Badung. He's coming in at number 6. He normally bats really high in the order for Indonesia. Just drives that one up to cover and there's no run. This one's played away behind square by Ferdinando. He takes off for one. He's going to come back for two. Well run, actually. They got it comfortably in the end. It's very quick between the wickets, Ferdinando. So he moves on to 6. Just off the 3 balls. And Badung now on to 75 for 4 off 7 overs. So 100's definitely on here for Badung. They're going along at 10.71 an over. It's going to be Ruby again. Bowled the 1 over so far, just the 8 runs off it, which is, in this context of this game, is actually quite economical. He's going to be bowling to Atawan. He's only faced the 1 ball so far. Here he comes. And Atawan smashes that one way out of the ground, over the leg side. Yeah, we'll be needing a new ball for that for sure. Atawan just picked the length and absolutely pummeled that over mid wicket for 6. Here's the next one, and Atawan lifts it again down the ground and just next to the side screen over the boundary for another 6. So Atawan on fire here. He's only faced 3 balls and he's already on 12. He just stood there, went back in the crease and smashed that one away over, next to the sky, just on the onside of the side screen. And over the boundary for 6. What can Ruby do here? 6 off. This time it's cut by Atawan out to the man at deep point. They'll just get a single this time. He timed it nicely, but there was a fielder out there. And this one is to Ferdinando, and it's an outside edge. They're going to go through for a single. It just went back to backward point or short third man. They got through for a single. So Ferdinando, he moves on to 6. That's the end of the over. Oh, in fact, it's not. Sorry, there's 3 balls gone. In fact, that was a wide. Sorry, that was a wide. I thought Ferdinando hit that one, but no, it was a wide. So they got through for 2. So this has to be re-bowled. But it also brings Atawan back onto strike, who's been belligerent in this over. And he smashes this one through the offside, through extra cover, out to the boundary for 4. He's a man on a mission here, Atawan. But I guess what we're seeing here is the relative strength of the Badung cricket, the Badung team. And this is their home ground as well. It also needs to be said. So they're very used to batting on this wicket. It was just short. It's set up to be hit, and Atawan just carved it away, smashed it away, past cover, out to the extra cover boundary for 4. So Atawan's, he scored so far off this over 16. Still 2 balls left in the over from Ruby. This one's run down towards third. They're going to come back for 2. Yeah, scampering through. Ferdinando was even thinking about 3 there. Don't know what he was thinking, but they got back for 2. So it's another 2 to Ata1. And he lofts this one, Ata1, sailing over the players area, over wide long on, and that's another 6. So Ata1 is doing some serious damage here. It's carnage, as they say. It was full length. He just opened his shoulders and absolutely hammered that one over wide mid on for 6. So that's the end of 8 overs. Badung, well, I said a moment ago that they were, what were they, 70 off 7. They're now 102 off 8. They could finish on anything here. So it's going to be Ata again. He just bowled 1 over at the start and he only went for 1 run. It's kind of a bit of an anomaly in this fixture. But he's back into the attack now, Ata. He's going to be facing, or he's going to be bowling to Ferdinando. And he hits that up to cover and it's just on the bounce, so there's just no run there. There's Ata again off a pretty long run. Left arm over the wicket. And Ferdinando works that one in front of square. There's a fielder there. They'll just get the 1 coming in from the boundary. Brings Ata1 on strike. He's on 25 off just 7 balls. Badung now 103 for 4. And Ata1's beaten outside the line of off stump, but it was so wide it was signalled to wide. So 1 more to the total for Badung. They move on to 104 for 4. Oh, and Ferdinando tries reverse sweep through to the keeper. And because he tried the reverse sweep, it was outside the line of his normal standing stance as a right-hander, so there was no run there, wasn't a wide. Cheeky. And this time Ferdinando lofts it into the deep and he's caught on the point boundary. So Ferdinando's brief knock, in fact there was Ata1 it was. So he goes for 25 off just off 8 balls. Or was it 9 balls in the end? Badung now, 104 for 5. So the new batter is Budiata, Wayan Budiata. Very capable batter as well, can hit the ball a very long way. So Badung have a very deep batting lineup. It's Budiata facing Arta. And Budiata first ball times it nicely. Down to long on, they just go through for a single. Oh, and he's bowled, I think, yes. Not stump, well, not I think. The stump's out of the ground, and Ferdinando had a swing at that, and the off stump went sailing out of the ground. So it's a wicket there for Arta, and actually he's been pretty good. He's had 2 wickets in this over. Just looking at that again, it's his leg stump, in fact. Bowled him round his legs. Ferdinando went across, and Arta just angled it in on a very full length, smashed his leg stump out of the ground, and Ferdinando has to make his way off the park. So that's the end of 9 overs, and Arta's spell, oh wow, what a spell. 2 for 4 off 2 overs. Unbelievable bowling, and Badung now are 105 for 6. So the new batter is Alexander, but it's going to be Budiata on strike for this last over of the innings. And he pulls that one away into the mid-wicket region. It's a good bit of fielding there, but they get a single. So Budiata, he's always on to 2. And it's swung away. It's into the deep. It's taken out there. It's a great catch. Great bit of fielding. Alexander goes for a duck. And Tadarus, in his first over, on his second ball, he has a wicket. So Badung, they're swinging at everything here into the last over. And Alexander goes for a duck off his first ball. Next one's just defended by Pastika. This one's played away nicely. They're going to go back for definitely one. They're going to come back for the two. It's good running. So Badung, they move on to 108 with just 2 balls left. This one's played away to mid-wicket. They're going to go for one. Will they come for two? No, they just settle for one. So it's good play from Pastika. That brings Budiata onto strike for the last ball, and knowing Wayan Budiata as I do, he's not batting with a helmet either. He's going to probably launch at this one, is my thought. He pulls it away through mid-wicket, but there's a fielder there. They'll go back for two. They'll get there comfortably. So that is the end of the Badung innings. They finish on 111 for 7. Excellent effort from Badung. DKI Jakarta pulled it back a little bit towards the end with a series of wickets, but Badung in the final, they've posted 112. And when we come back after the break, DKI Jakarta are going to need Badung's posted 111 for 7, and Badung's going to need, Jakarta's going to need 112 to win this match. Okay, so we're back out in the middle now, and it's an imposing total that's been posted by Badung again in this final against DKI Jakarta. Badung scored 111 for 7 off their 10 overs. Some mighty hitting. So very tough ask for DKI Jakarta. It's going to be Wayan Budiata to open the bowling, as he normally does for Badung. Here's Budiata, first ball of the innings, and it's through to the wicketkeeper. There's an appeal for LBW, but not given. So Muhadis just playing that one away. Well, missing that one as he tried to play it away. This one smashed in the air, down the ground, and all the way for 6 over extra cover, in fact. So full toss there from Budiata, and got the full treatment all the way to the boundary. It was there to be hit, and hit it was. So the perfect start there for Mahadus. He moves on to 6 off 2. This one's just defended away. And this one's lofted away again. Over mid-on. Out to the long-on boundary. That's another 4. So what a start here for DKI. This one's played into square leg. There's a shy at the stumps at the keeper's end. They get through for 1. So very good start for DKI here. Chasing 112 to win. They're 11 without loss. 1 ball left in this first over from Wayan Budiata. This one's slammed down the ground again, but there's a man at long on, so they'll get just the single. So at the end of the first over, great start to the run chase by DKI. They're 12 without loss, chasing 112. So Budiata conceded 2 boundaries in that over. DKI, they're on target. The required run rate is 11 and over. They're currently at 12 and over. And this one's just lobbed over the head of the wicket keeper. They'll just get a single. Just wait for the umpire's signal. No signal. So that was off the bat, or maybe it was off the glove actually. Need to see a replay on that one. Couple of kids coming through the sound effects microphone. This one's played away nicely into the covers. They go through for a single, so very positive start here for DKI. Comes Alexander again, and this one's pulled away down to mid-on, deep mid-on. It's picked up there. They go through for a single. Man coming off the boundary. So Alexander, one of the two Hawo brothers in the Badung side, also on the national side as well. In fact, I'm not sure if Alexander is in the national side. Danielson definitely is in the national side, his brother. That one smashed back to Alexander, and he couldn't cut it off, and it raced away down to the boundary for 4. So DKI, I thought it was a big target, 112, but they're making this look easy. Injury down there. And we might have to have a substitution here. Oh, this looks a bit serious actually. I think he's in all sorts of trouble here. Not sure who that is. But just chasing that ball down to the boundary. Looks like he's twisted his ankle or something like that. It's hard to see from here. So we've had to have a replacement fielder here. It's going to be Alexander to carry on. It's played nicely into the covers. They think about a single, but then think better of it. There's no run. Here's Alexander again. And this one's slammed over cover. There's a chance of a catch, but it's over the fielder's head at deep point and into the boundary for 6. Into the crowd. So DKI are going along at 12.5 and over after 2 overs. So that target of 112 suddenly doesn't look that far away. So it's a new bowler coming in. It's Johannes. Hello.